feel like us men need to like figure it out because they're winning slams and we're not. So we need to, us American men need to ask them for some tips. The electronic line calling is the way to go, but obviously they still have to, fix that a little bit because it's not perfect every time.
You can improve it because she's local. They can say whatever. You took the game away from me.
Sometimes put it where like the fans are, and like you can. What if someone's like walking by and accidentally hits the camera? It's like then you're screwed. So at that I was like, what are we doing?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to Alex Michelsen, one of the most exciting tennis players in the United States, just 20 years old and already doing big things in the game. Alex, really good to see you. You've just been training this morning. One of the hardest working men in the game. How's everything going for you?
Yeah, it's good, man. I'm down here in Tampa, just grinding before the hardcourt season. Took a tough loss at Wimbledon. I've been taking that and just trying to get better the last couple of weeks. So everything's going good down here, man.
How was the Wimbledon experience? I mean, any tennis player, it's just different, right?
Yeah, it's unreal. It's I've lost 2 fifth set breakers in a row there, but it's still my favorite. Like there's no tournament that can compare the prestige and just the feeling you get when you walk around and then you step on the court. It's unreal. Yeah.
How did you fall in love with this sport in the first place? How did you find yourself on this path?
Yeah, so it's kind of a long story. So both my parents played in college. And but mostly my mom was taking me out every day to hit. I was, and I didn't love it when I was like younger. I liked it a lot. And I played baseball and soccer, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna play tennis. Like, because I didn't like it when other people lost it for me. I know how selfish that sounds, but I didn't like it that way. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna play tennis. And I hit my mom every day until I was about 15, 16. And then I found my old coach Jay. He's the one that really made me believe that I could be a professional tennis player. He was the first one before I had any ATP points. I remember we were in the back at this tennis center, and he was like, where we trained at the time. He was like, I think you can go pro. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, I think you could do it. And that was probably 4 years ago. Yeah, I was probably 16 or 17, maybe 3 years ago. And it's a lot of hard work has got me to, and somehow I'm 30 in the world. It's all happened really quickly, and now I'm here. It's great.
How are you doing in terms of, are you a goal setter? Because yeah, it's going pretty well for 20 top 30 in the world. Like you said, did you set yourself targets? And if so, how's that going? How's the trajectory for you?
Yeah, honestly, like when I first kind of envisioned going pro, the only thing that mattered to me was just being top 100. That's the holy grail of tennis, is being top 100. And then ever since then, I haven't really put specific numbers. I've just been kind of going out and just trying to do my best every day and get better, and the results will come. That's kind of been my mindset. It's sometimes I feel like when you're like, oh, I want to be, 30 in the world, it's like, and you're 50, it's like, and you're thinking about that in a match, like, okay, I got to win this to get to this ranking. And it's just not something I really wanted to fall into. So I just kind of, realized, you try to do the right things every day, and, you win some and you lose some. And if you keep doing the right things consistently, the results will come.
You had some big college opportunities. What was the mindset to go pro, and are you pleased with your decision?
I'm very pleased with my decision. Georgia would have been a great school. I had a blast on my visit. Just going to the football game, that was unreal. It's just an absolute blast. And, Georgia tennis is, they call it the Mecca of college tennis. So, it would have been a blast. I'm just not the biggest school guy. I didn't want to sit in school all day. So, I figured I'd had to get to a point where I could, be a professional tennis player before that fall of my freshman year. And I was 140 right before school started, and then we made the decision to go pro. And I'm very happy with that decision. Yeah, very happy with it. But it still would have been great if I went, though.
Who was the main man for you growing up in terms of tennis? Who was the gold standard?
In terms of like who I watched on TV?
Yeah.
Monfils is always my favorite. Him and Nadal. I just love the way Nadal competed, and I feel like I have a poster in my room I back home, and I feel like I took a little bit of that. Obviously, I wish I could take all of it. I feel like I took a little bit of that just watching him. And Monfils is, for me, the most entertaining, just great energy on the court, so athletic. I mean, he could have played any sport if he wanted to. He's so athletic, and yeah, is great. And then I remember meeting him for the first time. I was like pretty tight, and he's like the nicest guy. He's the nicest guy, so it just makes that even better. The little kid in me was so happy. Yeah.
Did you beat him?
I just got him in Stuttgart a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
What was that like?
Well, that match, I was just like so happy to be there. I was like, yeah, you win, you lose, whatever. You're playing Monfils. That was kind of my mindset in that match, and I was just playing super loose. And obviously, I was trying to beat him, but I mean, I was just having a blast. I remember at the coin toss, I was like, there's no way I get to play this guy right now. This is awesome. Like, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
What's your biggest asset as a player?
Biggest asset. We're talking game wise, I would say my backhand. My backhand has always been pretty good. And if we're talking outside of like tennis specifics, I think my competitiveness. I feel like I compete really hard all the time. I try to get gritty. I feel like I've won a good amount of matches just off of competing and not like being the better player. And I think that serves you well on tour.
Mental toughness is in elite sport is just paramount, right? Do you think it just trumps any kind of physical shortcoming in your sport? Do you think it's more important than anything else, mental fortitude?
Yeah, I think if you don't have, if I could choose either the mental or the physical, I would take the mental. Unfortunately for me, I don't have both yet, but I don't have either. I don't have either. That's what I meant. I don't have either yet, but yeah, I mean, the mental is so important. I mean, obviously you don't want to be like cramping out because you're so, unfit, but they say tennis is, everyone my whole life has been telling me, oh, tennis is 80% mental. And I agree with that. I think it's 80% mental, and it's a mental game. And yeah, you got to have it upstairs.
The women are flying right now in the US, four different WTA finalists in the last 4 slams. Why are they so successful?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like us men need to like figure it out because they're winning slams and we're not. So we need to, us American men need to ask them for some tips. But yeah, I mean, Coco's playing well, Pegula's playing well. I mean, we've got so many men and women in the top 100. I think American tennis is in a really good spot right now, and hopefully one of us men can get over the line. I'd be happy to see any of the Americans get over the line. That would just be great for tennis in our country. And yeah, I mean, I think the women, especially Coco, is helping out a lot with tennis in America. So yeah, super happy with where the game's at in our country right now.
Yeah, Taylor Fritz was talking about the need for an American male to win a slam again. Do you feel any pressure as part of the next generation to deliver on the goods at some stage?
Well, maybe not yet. I'm only 20. I feel like I have more time than like the Taylor, Tommy, Francis group. They're 7 years older than me, 8 years older than me. So, I have a little more time to kind of figure it out. But winning a slam is so hard. I mean, you got to win 6-7 matches to win a slam, and 3 out of 5, and it's so hard. And Taylor made a final. I mean, made a semi. We haven't. It's been what year did Roddick win it? 2003. So
it's a long time ago now, right?
Live. I don't think I was alive when the last American.
My generation.
I don't think I was alive. So yeah, I mean, it's a tough task, especially with Yannick and Carlos out there. But I mean, hopefully one of us can get it done at some point.
American players have traditionally struggled a bit on clay and grass, but things have improved a lot. How do you manage the different surfaces and make sure you flourish across the board?
Yeah, I feel like for me personally, just kind of accepting the surfaces. Like last year when I was on the clay, I wasn't accepting. I was like, no, I don't want to like change my game style. I would lose to guys. I'd be like, oh, I'd for sure beat this guy on a hard court. And, I feel like this year I did a lot better job of that. I won a 175 on clay, which is my biggest title yet. Somehow it came on clay. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, it's about accepting. I feel like a lot of us also, at least especially me, you grew up watching, the Americans struggle on the clay, and you think, maybe, we got to try different things to kind of figure it out. And I've only done it for 2 years, and I'm from California. So some of the guys from Florida, like maybe, they played on a little bit more clay growing up. There is 0 clay in California, unless you want to get hurt. There's like no clay. So, it's just something that was super foreign to me, but it's about just accepting. And the grass, I feel like the Americans do okay on the grass. Big serving, big tennis. So, I mean, Isner semied Wimbledon once or twice. Yeah, I feel like we do okay on the grass, but yeah, for me personally, it was just about accepting where I'm at. Be where your feet are.
What was your experience like in Melbourne? You beat Tsitsipas, and you were the youngest American to claim multiple ATP top 20 wins at a Grand Slam since Sampras and Agassi. That's a nice one.
Yeah, that was a cool stat. I remember that. I was like, that stat seemed a little nitpicky, like, two top 20 wins. I don't know, it's a little nitpicky, but it's a cool stat. I saw it and I was like, oh, it made me feel good inside. But yeah, that was a good run. I was playing really well. That was probably the best tournament I played this year. I played super well. I really like playing in Australia. I played twice. I got third round and fourth round. I really like playing down there. The conditions really suit my game. It's nice and dry, like dry heat, like similar to California. So yeah, I absolutely love it down there.
We've got Shelton, Tien, Nakashima, and yourself, this new wave of talent. Talk to me about these guys in this coming generation. Like, what's special about them?
Yeah, I mean, start with Ben. He's top 10. He's playing some great ball. I mean, he's got some big weapons, and he could get over the line if he really hones everything in, because he's a very talented player. I mean, he's got one of the best serves I've ever seen, and I think he could get over the line for sure. Beanock is from San Diego. I never really saw him a lot growing up. He was always he's 2 years older than me. I didn't really see him too much, but I always kind of knew of him because he was always really good. And now he's top 30, I think. He's right around me in the rankings, I think. But yeah, he's doing good as well. And then Lerner, I grew up with Lerner. I practiced with him all the time the last 3-4 years. We shared a coach, Jay. So yeah, I mean, and seeing him there is really fun for me, because he's probably my best friend on the tour, because we've known each other for so long, and kind of having someone kind of go through all this stuff with you, it's really nice. But yeah, 22 and under right now, we're doing good.
And for you, there's been some criticism, I think there always will be, about the schedule. I think we see it across different sports as well, just the amount of matches that players have to play, the travel. How do you manage everything?
Yeah, I think the 2-week 1000s make it tough. A lot of people have spoken out against it, and I haven't heard someone who's like, "Oh, I love it." 2-week matches. I haven't heard one person say that. So, it's tough, but you just have to, take out other weeks. Like do some 250s, or some, like, I didn't play Monte Carlo this year, so like it just you gotta it gives and it takes. I played Houston, and then I took off Monte Carlo and Munich just because I was like, I don't want to be in Europe for that long. And you got Madrid and Rome 2 weeks, and then you're almost at French after that. So you got to stay over there. So I just figured, don't want to be over there for that long grinding. So you gotta give and you gotta take. So I've definitely played less weeks this year though too. And yeah, so now I'm gearing up for the 10-day Masters in Toronto and Cincy, but it is what it is. It's not really something that's in our control, so we just have to manage it as best we can.
You mentioned Coco a little bit earlier on, and Amanda as well. How much have you been able to take from their journeys, just in terms of being inspired and the way that they've been able to hit massive milestones early?
Yeah, I mean, it's really cool. I remember watching Coco beat Venus when she was like 16. I was like 15. We're like I think we're the same year, Coco and I think we're both 04. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. And yeah, just seeing Americans do well across the board is really inspiring. I haven't really talked a lot with the women, but just seeing them do well is honestly enough for me. Just getting to, see what they're going through and what they've achieved, and it's very inspiring.
Wimbledon, we talked about at the top. I mean, you just got back from England. Is that the one for you? Is that the dream?
Yeah, I mean, if I could win one slam, I mean, winning your home slam US Open would be sick, but like, the Wimbledon's literally called the championship. So like, I would like to win the championships of tennis. I would, that's probably my number one if I had to pick one. Yeah.
What about over the next 6 months to a year? What are the big goals, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah. One thing, I don't like to talk about ranking goals. We talked about that already. It's not really my thing, but I do want to win a title. I haven't won a title. I had a championship point last year in Newport. I got aced, so I've been close. Made 3 finals, lost all 3. So just want to get a title on the board by the end of the year. That would be great. And if not, we keep working. So we'll see. But that's kind of my next big goal.
Wimbledon had a controversial moment with electronic line calling. Do you think the umpires have a role to play, or do you trust the tech?
Honestly, like, I think the game is so fast that it's tough for the human eye to really see it sometimes. And, it's just like, how are you going to call like a 140 serve down the tee that hits the line? Like, how are you going to call it on grass? I guess you get the chalk, so like that's easier, but it's so tough for a human to see that. Like on a hard court, how do you see that? and it might look out or it might look in. It's just, I feel like the electronic line calling is the way to go. But obviously, they still have to, fix that a little bit because it's not perfect every time. My match against Monfils, it was bugging out a little bit. It just, they need to get it dialed in. But they haven't been doing it for super long, maybe a couple of years. But they once they get it dialed down, I think it's good. The one thing that I don't get is they sometimes put it where the fans are, and you can. What if someone's walking by and accidentally hits the camera? It's then you're screwed. So that I'm like, what are we doing? But I think electronic line calling is good. Yeah, overall.
You've worked with coaches like Robbie Ginnipree and Brad Boynton. What did you take away from their different philosophies, and how did they shape you?
Yeah, Robbie and Craig are great. We're all down here in Tampa right now grinding. I haven't, Craig and I are just starting, so I feel like I've got a lot more to learn. But just the way he says things, I mean, he's so experienced and he's dealt with so many amazing players. So I've got full confidence in him. And, Robbie was top 15 player. He sent me the Open, and I feel like he can really relate to me when I'm, going through, tough matches or good or bad moments. He can relate to me. He's been through it all. He's had a lot of tough injuries and a lot of success as well. So, he's got a great amount of experience that he's been sharing with me over the last year, and it's helped me a ton.
We're seeing a lot of tech, wearables, AI influence tennis and sport across the board. Do you utilize it, or do you like to keep things traditional? What's your approach?
Yeah, I'm pretty traditional. I don't really have any gadgets. I have a Whoop. I don't really use it. I'm trying to think. I don't have any gadgets at all. I don't wear a vest. I'm not using AI for anything. Yeah, I'm pretty traditional. I'm literally trying to think what do I technology wise, what do I use in tennis? And it's nothing. Yeah, nothing. So yeah, pretty traditional.
The US crowd loves a fighter. I mean, you spoke about it a bit earlier about how competitive you are. What do you think you're most proud of about what identifies you as a player?
Well, I mean, I'm definitely what I'm most proud of myself is my competitiveness. I mean, when I go to bed every night and after I lose a match, it's okay, did you fight your hardest? Yes. Okay, then you can sleep. If I were to go out there and not give it my all, then I wouldn't be able to live with myself. So I would say that's my greatest attribute by far, is my competitiveness and my grit and my desire to win.
Where do you stand on entertaining? Because in all sports, it's kind of a philosophical question, right? Are you here to win? Are you here to entertain? Are you here to do both? And, we talk about people like Monfils. He was able to do both, right? Where do you stand in terms of the relationship between the two?
Yeah, I don't think I'm talented as a Monfils or a Mute to be able to entertain like that. I don't think I'm talented enough. And, that would take away from the winning. At least for me personally, that would take away from the winning. So I'm really just out there to do my business. I'm not out there to, I mean, I hope it's entertaining to watch my tennis, but that's not my goal. My goal has always been to win. I haven't really honestly thought about that too much. If the opportunity arises, I'll try a tweener or whatever, but yeah, I'm out there to win.
Get it done. Yeah, I love it, man. Awesome. Yeah, I think that's it, right? You got to be ruthless in this game.
You have to be, because if you're not, then the other guy's going to get you. The other guy's going to be more ruthless, and you're screwed. So, yeah, got to be.
It's a remarkable sport. Is there any movie that you think has captured the sport really well? Any tennis movies that you like?
Oh, what's a good tennis movie? I didn't watch Challengers. I heard it wasn't very good from a lot of people, so I never.
Right. I saw that you're pretty good at ping pong. What are your other significant hobbies outside of tennis?
Yeah, I mean, I like to think I'm good at ping pong. I'm not fantastic, but I like to think I'm good at ping pong. What else do I like to play video games. I used to be really good at Fortnite back in the day. When during COVID, I would just grind way too much. I used to coin collect when I was younger, but I haven't really done that. It's tough to have hobbies on the road. I feel like I'm always so busy, and by the end of the day, it's I don't want to do too much because I just I gotta rest and go at it again the next day. But ping pong is up there, and video games are up there. Especially video games. You just sit in the chair and just I'm literally, my phone is pursed up on my computer right now. So
we'll wrap up with a little quick fire. So, toughest opponent you faced so far?
Sinner.
Yeah. Most entertaining player on tour right now?
That's a tough one. For me, honestly, watching like Mute do his thing sometimes is unreal. Like I think he's so talented and very, very entertaining. Whether you like him or not, I think he's entertaining. So I'm gonna go with him.
One player you'd love to face at a slam?
Ooh, one player I'd love to face at a slam. Who do I want to see at a slam? So I would say a top 10 guy, but I don't want to see them at a slam because like I don't want to lose. But let's play Monfils on a slam on a big stage. That would be absolutely amazing for me.
Hell yeah! And hardest hitter in the game?
Center, no question.
If you could steal one shot or weapon from any player, what would it be and from who?
Isner's not playing anymore. I would have taken a serve, but I'm going to take Sinner's left foot slide into the backhand.
Love it.
I'm going to take that one.
Yeah. Who's winning the next slam for men and women?
I'm going to go Sinner for US Open, unless he plays me. No, but I'm going to go Sinner, and I'm gonna go Coco. I think she's due for another U.S. Open. I'm gonna go Coco.
Respect. And if you weren't playing tennis and you're playing another sport professionally, what would it be?
Baseball. I think I could have done it in baseball if I stuck to it when I was a kid.
Nice. Who's your team?
I live like 40 minutes from the Angels Stadium, LA Angels, but like they're so bad. Like we haven't made the playoffs like ever. So it's tough. It's tough. I can say Dodgers because I live close, but I went to Angels games as a kid, not Dodgers games. So I'm gonna. But they're not doing good. Maybe they need me in there. No, I'm just kidding.
You're stuck with them. Best dressed player on tour?
Ooh, who's into all the fashion stuff? I see a lot of stuff from like Fritz and Berrettini with Boss. I'm gonna go with those two because I don't really see anyone else like dressed up that much. Besides that.
Best personality in the locker room?
I mean, best personality.
The biggest.
Oh God, who is it? I was talking about him this morning. Who is it? Francis. It's Francis. Yeah, obviously it's Francis. Yeah, Francis. He's like the mayor of the locker room. Whenever he goes in, like he talks to everyone. He's the mayor.
Nice. I feel like Wimbledon this year just had more celebrities than ever before. I feel like everybody wanted to be there. It looked wild. Did you have any cool stories or interactions when you were there?
Well, I mean, I was one and done there, so I left pretty quickly. I wish I could say I did, but no, I didn't have any celebrity interactions, unfortunately.
Well, 20 years old, bags of talent and that mentality. I'm sure we'll see you get some more pretty cool memories. It's been an absolute pleasure, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're the man. Maximum respect. All the best for the rest of your career. I mean, I hope we get to speak again next year.
Awesome. Thanks, man.